Jimmy, how did you think today's game went? Obviously, there was a point where USF kind of, came back a little bit, and you guys definitely responded. Just curious about your overall thoughts on how today's game went.
Well, it's always hard to win a college football game, but I'm glad we won 5-0 to start off. But defensively, I feel like we just keep making the step to the right where we want to be a championship team. So we just got to continue to grow, continue to learn, and just adapt.
Is that kind of just a pretty common idea with you guys, just in the locker room as players? Just like, hey, not every win is easy. I mean, even though you guys obviously won 41-17, but obviously you guys definitely had to, it's not an easy win.
Yeah. So we have a standard here. We want to win every game, but we want to show that we're dominant and win how good we can be. So we know as a team that we're really good, but now it's time for us to show the world that.
Is it hard to get up so many weeks in a row? You had the Hail Mary a couple weeks ago at Louisiana Tech, and then the emotional game last week at TCU. Is it hard to get that energy back up every week?
No, I would say no. Once Sunday come, Tuesday, it's time for a new week. So the previous game is behind us. So now it's for our new opponent.
Sonny was saying that when you guys went 5-0 for the first time, 2 years ago, that it was kind of like, oh, hey, we're here. Like, this is the first time this is new. Now it's kind of feeling like, hey, we're expecting to be 5-0. Is that maybe your kind of reaction as someone who's been here?
Yeah. Most of the guys on that team that 2 years ago, we're all here back. So now we didn't finish that season like we wanted to. So this year, this is time we need to make that happen.
What are the challenges of chasing around a quarterback like McClain?
It was difficult. We tried to simulate that in practice, but he's different. He's a young guy. He's going to get better, but it was a challenge today.
Who simulated him in practice? Who stood in and
Strong from South Lake. Hudson Strong, yeah.
You guys, anything else for Jimmy?
How much of your plan was to try to contain him, not just as a rushing threat, but to keep him in and make him throw from the pocket rather than extending plays?
Say it again.
How much of your focus on defense was keeping him in the pocket so he couldn't roll out and give his receivers time downfield?
Well, we knew if we stop him, we'll win. So it was big emphasis on stopping him.
One thing that Sonny kind of talked about too was that this offseason, a big talking point was how you guys have done in November and making sure this time around you do a little bit better in November. As someone on defense, you guys are doing a lot of rotations. Do you guys kind of think about being fresh for November? Is November something that you guys still kind of think about each week?
No, right now we're just taking it 1 week at a time. But we want to make sure on defense that we're playing the best we can, all effort, full effort. So that's why you see we rotate a lot. So a lot of fresh legs.
Were you surprised that Terrence Newman came back in after his ankle injury?
No, sir. We built for it.
You talked about trying to simulate McClain in practice for today's game. How do you guys simulate Navy's option offense getting ready for next week?
Coach Steph will be our quarterback, and so we just work heavy on the option.
All right, thanks.
Awesome. Thanks,
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Appreciate it.